So we've got two football games here for this Thursday night card, and I've got to be honest with you, neither one of them I'm a particular fan in, and I actually like the college game more, but I'm going to break both of them down here for this Thursday video report. Now, if you're looking for the guy who's red hot in football, that would inevitably be Bob Valentino, who's going for his 7th straight football winner. Props going out to him after cashing in easily in the Mid-American Conference the past two nights with top-rated 109 winners on Buffalo over Toledo last night and Eastern Michigan outright over Northern Illinois on Tuesday. Another top-rated 109 winner tonight on the Texans Colts, and just like the past two nights, you get his 7th straight football winner for over half price off with coupon code 7ROW. That's the number 7 and ROW as he goes for winning day number 10 out of 13 overall. All the other discounts and coupon codes are over on the homepage. Let's get to tonight's contests. And as I said, I like the college football game more than the NFL, but let's talk about the game that everybody is focused on, and that of course is going to be the game between the Texans and the Colts, with first place in the AFC South at stake. The Colts have dominated this series. They've won 5 of their last 6. They're coming off a dominant win at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday, a game though that was costly because Marlon Mack, their leading ground gainer, suffered a broken hand in that contest, so they're going to go with a running back by committee led by Jonathan Williams, who had 148 yards in that victory over the Jaguars on Sunday. The big question for the Colts tonight will be whether or not T.Y. Hilton will return after a 3-game absence, because he has feasted in his career against the Texans, a guy who in 15 games lifetime against Houston has 82 catches for over 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns. In week number 7, when the Colts won at home, I think the final score was like 31-23, had 6 catches for 74 yards and a touchdown. In his last 2 games at Houston, he's gone off for 284 yards. In that Week 7 victory at home, the Colts won that game actually through the air, as Jacoby Brissett, 326 yards and 4 touchdowns in that first meeting. You know, in 4 starts against Houston in his career, one of them coming with the Patriots, Brissett, 72 for 113. That's a little over 63%, 851 yards, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a passer rating of a little over 107. Of course, the Colts offensive line has afforded him great protection this season, only sacked 15 times. They've been great at opening up holes for that ground game, as I mentioned earlier. And he's going to be facing, he of course being Brissett, is going to be facing a Houston secondary that has been riddled by injuries. They've got 2 safeties out, Mike Adams and Justin Reed. Their cornerback, Lonnie Johnson, is out. So they've got a lot of issues. And Houston's pass rush has left a lot to be desired, because remember, early in the year, remember when they got rid of Clowney and sent him off to Seattle, they were relying on J.J. Watt to rely the bulk of their pass rush. Well, once Watt went out, their pass rush more or less disappeared. And in fact, in the 3 full games without Watt this season, their defense has really collapsed, giving up an average of 408 yards a game. Now, you know what just happened with Houston, just bushwhacked coming off their bye at Baltimore this past weekend. But now back at home, Deshaun Watson, I think that he's going to rebound here tonight. You know, it would be easy to pick the Colts based on all the factors I just told you, but I just can't see the Texans laying an egg for the 2nd straight week, especially at home in such a vital game. I can't imagine Watson coming back here and having a second bad game. But this same point, I got to go back to how bad their defense is played. So although I lean toward the Texans, and I like them more that the line has come down from 4.5 to 3.5, and I would naturally buy down the half point in this situation, I just can't get behind them and lay what inevitably would be a 3-point spot in this game after buying the insurance. The other thing I think you have to consider here if you're a Colts backer is that you have to factor in that Adam Vinatieri has been so inconsistent all season long. So I do like the Texans, but not as much, believe it or not, as I like NC State. And did you see the line move in this game? Georgia Tech, an awful team this season, was a 2.5-point favorite on the overnight line. Now they're a 1.5 to 2.5 point underdog here. Now, NC State, it's a must-win situation for them. They've got 4 wins on the season to become bowl eligible. They've got to win tonight, and of course then they'd have to win their season finale at home against North Carolina. But hey, you can't win next week's game before you win tonight's. Now, North Carolina State comes in here with a 4-game losing streak, but consider the competition. You know, they lost at home to Louisville 34-20, a game that last week they led 10-7 at halftime, a game in which they outgained Louisville 377-326, out first down the Cardinals 25-17, and played well despite the fact that their top 5 cornerbacks were out, and that's why they gave up 5 touchdown passes in the game. But inevitably, 3 turnovers cost them the game. The game before that, they lost 55-10 to Clemson. Understandable. The game before that, at Wake Forest, they lost 44-10. The game before that, they couldn't stop Boston College ground game. On the road, they lost 45-24. So it's not exactly like they've been playing pushovers since beating Syracuse at home October 10th by a 16-10 score and their last victory. Now, Georgia Tech, last in the nation in red zone offense, right? They've come up with nothing, zilch, in 8 of their last 16 red zone opportunities. This is a team Jeff Collins left Temple for, came to Georgia Tech, scrapped Paul Johnson's triple option attack, and it hasn't gone well, which you expected it wouldn't go well when you're scrapping an offense and trying to go to more of a pro-style attack. NC State's run defense giving up just 128 yards per game. Their pass defense is vulnerable, but Georgia Tech hasn't shown you any ability to throw the ball at all this season. The problem with NC State is this is a team that has committed 14 turnovers in its 6 ACC games this season. How many takeaways has it recorded in that stretch? 0. How many takeaways has its defense come up with all season long? A total of 5. Now, Tech is coming off a 45-0 home loss to Virginia Tech. Prior week, it played well in a 5-point loss, 33-28 at Virginia. And of course, you know, its big claim to fame this year, somehow, Georgia Tech upset Miami of Florida. But even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. I think NC State wins this game tonight. I think they're the better team. I think they can come up with the road win. And I think this game of the 2 in football tonight is the better betting opportunity. But I will repeat to you something that I've said many times over the years. I don't like putting good money on bad teams, and you've got 2 bad teams here tonight. So although I like NC State, the better of the 2 free selections here tonight, my money, my best bet tonight, it's in the NBA. That's where I'm going. So that's where you got going tonight here for your free selections. NC State, number 1, and the Houston Texans, number 2. And I'll talk to you